Hey guys, I just wanted to show you my recent acquisition of the Spearhead three-piece razor travel case. It's made of a kind of military spec nylon material. It's not waxed or coated to where it feels all smooth and nice. This is actually, it feels probably how a lot of military gear might feel. It's got a little bit of a grip to it, so it sticks to my shirt and doesn't just slide right down. Um, and I think the material is excellent and it'll last a nice long time. Good tough material, and it looks terrific. The with the color of the button matching kind of the military colors. And this is the one that Fine Accoutrements, much to my disappointment, sent over to China, had them duplicate, and is now selling it for several dollars less. Same design, and they did use different materials, different color fabrics, things like that. So at least they did that. But the good news is that with Spearhead, you're supporting a U.S. company if you feel inclined to do that. And judging from the stitching and everything that I'm seeing, I kind of think this is going to be a more well-made product, so you're going to get a better product for your money with this one, I would assume. As you can see, we've got a carved Christopher Bradley razor in there. This is a 3.25-inch handle, and the head doesn't have a lot of play. There are smaller razor heads that I'll show you that do move around a little bit more, and it does have a hollow area. It's not just fully stitched to the outer vertical part of the casing there. And so if there's something, maybe notes or something thin back there you want to tuck and hold back there, it looks like that would be fine. The area next to the razor head is, I'm going to put something the size of a blade, but it's not meant for individual blades probably, more so for the tucks, the little cardboard or plastic tucks that we pull many of our blades from. It'll go right there, and just to illustrate you the size and the potential usage there. The side flaps. This is inspired from the Gillette Khaki case, and so it wasn't a completely unique idea from Spearhead, but at least this wasn't a carbon copy of the Khaki Gillette case, unlike the Fine Accoutrements carbon copy of this design. And so the side flaps, fold in, and then the top and bottom flaps fold in, and so it's just not going to come out at all under anything like normal conditions. The nice quality snap there, and I'm really happy with it. It's kind of small, and that's what it's supposed to be for traveling. Here is the Razor Rock leather case that comes with the Game Changer and perhaps others, but I know it came with my Game Changer. And so you can see it's smaller than that in both height and length. It's easy to see there. Now this is super convenient. You just throw the razor in there and zip it shut. I like this case a lot. This guy's even smaller. The snap is very strong. It's not going to come loose on you. Let's take a look at this, how to get this head out. So far I've tried a few different things, and the easiest seems to be to peel back the outer one, and this guy just comes right out. The grip on this particular handle is not super strong. It does come out if you tilt it over. But of course, with the flaps in and everything snapped, it's not going anywhere. We can go a little bit bigger in terms of size and put this Blackland Saber handle on there. And then to work backwards with the head, we can put the first part of the head in the first elastic, bend the thing back a little, the case back a little bit, and easily and pretty quickly put the elastic over the other side. And I really like that way of doing it. Now, as you can see, this is a thinner head, and it does tend to have room there to move around. And I will point out, it is possible with the head being able to rotate, that the corner could come up here and contact the handle. Likewise, if the handle were to move this way, then the corner of the handle could come down and contact the side of the edges of the head there. And so if you have a razor that is a prized possession that you don't want to get any marks on at all, you may want to think about trying to address those concerns with this particular case, just to make sure that doesn't happen. But once you fold it up, and I like to reach in and get my thumb under that bottom button down there, and then makes it very easy and quick to snap it down. So that is with the Blackland and a very thin razor head. If you've got a thicker one like with Timeless, then you're probably not going to have to worry about that razor head moving at all. Okay, so there's the unloaded case. One nice thing about the elastics, years from now, after this has served you well, if they ever lose their elasticity or something, it's pretty easy to get those stitched back in. We have a Wolfman WR1 head here, also not a very thick one, but I will go ahead and put that in the first elastic like before. And notice I'm being a little awkward with it because I'm pointing it toward you while I do it. It's super simple and quick to do it. Even easier to do it when it's facing you and you're looking at it. And then we have a thicker Wolfman handle. I think it's the H2. And similarly, it is possible to have the metal touch there. Probably not all that probable, but I just wanted to let you know. And likewise, of course, the blade bank, the blade tuck would go over there. And then we'll get a thumb underneath there to snap it down. Works great with the Wolfman too, a nice thick handle. And of course, that one is so thick he's not moving anywhere. He's not going to fall out because of the extra girth there. So that's it. Now I did also, and again, pull that elastic is something I've learned to do. It's pretty easy to get it out. I'll also show you I showed you the size of the Razor Rock compared to it. And here is the size. This is a little fake leather, fake everything I'm sure, from AliExpress and Chinese craftsmanship. And it's about $10, whereas this guy's closer to 30, a little bit over 30 if you pay for shipping. And so they're similar in size. They're gonna, if this had a razor in it, it would be similar in thickness. This one is a little bit easier to put stuff in, and you don't have to worry about the head touching the handle. But obviously, it's not nearly as nice looking. Has magnet closures. So this is another kind of product that can do the same work. And you've got a space for a tuck there for the blades. I like having different ones so that maybe my carve spends time in this one, and maybe I have another razor in the Spearhead one, and then when you're on the go, you can always tell which one is which. I like that pretty well. This one obviously is not going to last as long. The leather here is probably going to crack with age. I've already got this mark along the back of it from the manufacturing, but I just paid a few bucks for it, so that's kind of what you come to expect. And so if you want to pay more and get the Spearhead one, then that can I could see why you'd want to do that. So I chose to support the Spearhead one for a few reasons, because it's more expensive than the Fine one. I wanted to show support for Spearhead and their originality in coming up with it and doing their own dimensions, and then keeping their stuff in the United States. It's another reason. And I just wanted to be able to underscore and add authenticity to my claim that I don't like what Fine did, and so I put some money at Spearhead to help compensate them for somebody else kind of stealing their idea. Also, I can talk about it now authoritatively because I have one, and the quality is really nice. And we will put in, we'll put the saber in it. It does have a little bit of room inside the container once everything is strapped up. And again, I'll put a finger behind that snap down here, and that just makes snapping really quick. If you like to take along a little scoop to work with your soap, if you don't like to brush load, a Sharpie will fit in here as well. And so you can definitely have room in there for a few other things if you want to keep your kit, take along some extra pieces of your kit with you. Nice look. The green kind of olive, it's really kind of more of a shift toward it's in the olive drab family, but maybe a shift a little bit more toward it's got a bluish hue to it, along with the green. I really like it. I really like it a lot. I want to be clear, I can't remember if I mentioned this or not, but this was a design that Spearhead put together, and it was inspired by the khaki set from vintage Gillette fame of decades ago that I wish I would have had my khaki set with me. And it very similarly, stored the components this way. And but the pattern was different, and the dimensions and stuff it's not a copy at all like Fine Accoutrements copy is of this one. And I think we're good. I think works great. We showed you a couple of other options to have size comparison. Also, another size comparison is that if you, I got this in a little bag, and it was, of course, folded over like it's supposed to be. And there was a business card, and this is basically the size of the business card. It's got a little extra. Like if you were to take and cut off these parts that you see by the seams, then that's the side of a standard American business card. So that is the approximate dimensions. Of course, on their website, you'll be able to see the dimensions as well. If you also had the need to attach it on a strap, then you could definitely put your razor in it and then lay the strap over it, and we'll pretend my two fingers are a strap, and then fasten these two things together, and it would hold on to the strap for high portability if you needed to do that. I think we've covered everything we can. I'm looking forward to using it in the future and picking some different razors to go in it. No doubt you'll see it on my channel. I definitely have enjoyed having a case like these kind to carry with me to the bathroom when I transport a razor, because then I just don't have to worry about holding it in a weird way, and even if I drop it, it's not going to damage the razor. And so I've really been enjoying this, and so that helped me to have a good desire to order this guy as well. So if you like Made in America, if you want to support a guy who had his idea ripped off, then consider the Spearhead Travel Razor 3-piece kit case. And you can also be on the lookout if the full price of this guy is a little bit too much for you. Every once in a while, he takes ones that don't quite meet his standards. Maybe the stitching has gone awry in one area, and he just doesn't want to sell it at full retail. He does occasionally offer them at lower prices, very competitive. And so you might want to be on the lookout for that. But looking at the stitching just all over the place, he obviously has checked this one out and it passed inspection. It just looks tremendous, and I know it's going to last a long time. So thank you, Spearhead, for a great product. And the only weaknesses that I was able to point out was because of the elastic. It was a simple way to be able to position things, but unfortunately it does create the possibility of metal touching metal in certain areas. But that's really the only ding I could think of. If you're using this to carry kind of an everyday razor, then you're usually not going to be concerned too much about the potential for that. It's not a guarantee, but it's a potential there. All right, guys. Well, hey, thank you for watching, and I hope that this has been of some help to you. You'll see this on my channel definitely in the future, and I hope this is of help. Thank you, Spearhead. And this was purchased with my own money at full price for my own personal use. No promotional consideration at all was given. Just a happy customer. All right, guys, take care. This is Sugar Daddy Shaves, and good night.